I've been down, I've been everywhere, but I'm alright now. I'm alright. I nearly drowned in my own despair.
Hey guys, I did it. I finally had a baby. This is Hayes Henry. He is the sweetest little baby. Oh, I love him so much. He was born a week ago today, so I thought I would film a little update on everything that's happened, because it's been a whirlwind of a few weeks. But he's finally here. He's healthy. If you guys watched my last video, I had like just gotten my first membrane sweep, I think, and after that I had a lot of cramping and mucus plug and bloody show and lots of things happening, but nothing progressed more than that. So I went back a few days later. I had another membrane sweep that did nothing, but it was a different midwife. And then I had been doing a ton of at-home induction things, like eating all the dates and red raspberry leaf tea and pineapple and you know, all those things that I was doing, and none of that worked. Or like I would get some contractions, but they would pretty much die out. I did have a third membrane sweep that brought on more bloody show, and it was like kind of promising, but nope, nothing really worked. He wanted to come on his own time. I did have another BPP ultrasound as well, just to make sure his like movement and breathing was good. And this boy was just so happy in there and not interested in coming out. Everything was totally fine. He was just hanging. So finally on Christmas Day, or Christmas night I guess, is when contractions started, and he was born on the day after Christmas, so December 26th at 40 weeks and 6 days. Just took his sweet time. Okay, so he ended up in the NICU for 2 nights. When they did the 24-hour newborn screening, one of the tests was to test like a pulse oximetry test that has like a thing on their hand and their foot, and it makes sure that, you know, he has good oxygen levels and they're matching, and that it's all being pumped out equally in his body. And he had failed it 3 times, and he ended up in the NICU and being put on oxygen. And that particular test tests for heart defects, and we had to wait till the next day for him to get an echocardiogram, I think it's called. And he had chest x-rays and everything, and it all looked good. He does not have a heart defect, but he has, you know, all babies have a hole in their heart that closes within the first few days of them being born. And his, at the time they did the echo, it wasn't closed, and it was actually ballooned on one side, or dilated. Okay. So his was like dilated on one side and not closed all the way. They weren't overly concerned about that. There was like no blood pooling in the ballooned part. And it could just be a normal part of it closing, I think they said. So we have an appointment next week with a cardiologist just to make sure it looks good and it's closed and whatnot. But overall, much better news than what I was expecting to hear. He had his first appointment at the pediatrician, and he's already putting on weight, so that makes me feel better. Like, he has no heart murmur or anything. The doctor was like, if I didn't see this chart of what had happened, I would not think this child had anything wrong with him. Like, he was perfectly healthy at the appointment. So yeah, just put us through a little bit of a scare. But we came home on Wednesday. Today is Sunday, and today and yesterday were the first 2 days that John and I have had him all to ourselves without like family in town or family coming over to meet him. It's just been us in a little newborn bubble, and it's been really nice. I did shower today, did not do my makeup, but this is as good as it's gonna get. I would say we have most of our shit together, but not all of our shit together. We're doing pretty good, I would say. He's been sleeping good, eating good. We're not on a routine, we're on his routine, but we're very happy to have him home. Today we went on our first family outing to Whole Foods for a very quick grocery run. I had him wrapped up in like a solid wrap so no one could like breathe on him or anything. And it wasn't busy and we weren't there long, but it was nice to get out of the house. But I'm feeling really good postpartum, and I definitely thought I could handle going to the store, but walking around that far, it wasn't that far, but you know, Whole Foods is kind of big. So it was a bit painful at the end. But overall, I do, like the first few days postpartum were rough, like super rough. Like I could not stand the second day. But I'm feeling pretty good, honestly, things considered at this point. Oh, he's just so cute, you guys. And he smells so good. And he's so soft. We're just so obsessed with him. And Oakley is obsessed with him as well. She's always right there watching. I did book some, or I'm in the process of booking a newborn shoot. I wish that I had done this when I was pregnant, but I kept thinking I didn't want to do it for some reason, and I just kept putting it off. But I'm feeling like I really do want to get pictures of him when he's this little. Like every night before I go to bed, I just cry for a really long time about how big he's getting. I'm gonna cry right now. I just cry all the time, you guys. This is not okay. I just cry about like how big he's getting already. Like every day he's like growing, and oh, it just makes me so sad. It's going by so fast.
Oh my gosh.
Hi.
Look at him.
He's so cute, I know.
Look at this position he's in. So cute.
He's like a little toad.
Hi. Daddy wants his turn.
How do you think this first week has gone?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy, baby.
It's pretty chill so far.
Oh, he's so cute.
What would you say the hardest part about this week has been?
Trying to get sleep.
Sleep. I feel like you've been able to sleep in though in the morning when he goes back to sleep.
That's been nice.
Stop.
Projectile poops.
Oh yeah, he had a real serious poop explosion in the middle of the night.
He had been pooped on twice, peed
Oh,
on
clean,
twice.
get out of here.
Just, you gotta do that before I change your diaper, bud.
I'll show you my belly. This is my 1 week postpartum belly. It's still, I mean, I don't know. On camera it looks really big. I feel like in person I'm like, oh yeah, I look great. Things considered, you know, how it looked a week ago. I've lost 20 pounds already, but I still have like 30 pounds to go. But it just feels so good to not be pregnant and like to not be in constant pain all the time. Like I can roll over in bed. I can like put pants on without cringing, you know. The like SPD pain that I had was so brutal. And I was just uncomfortable all the time. So I feel great right now, things considered, you know. I do not like being pregnant very much. Like it's really cool and I love being able to feel him, but like, ugh, woof. Okay, that's it. We're just gonna do a quick little update for our 1 week postpartum. We are doing good. He's the sweetest little baby ever, and we're just in newborn heaven right now. So yeah, thank you guys for following along and watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.
You can turn the rain into gold.